you wouldn't be here right now if you didn't deserve to be here.
That is incompatible with military service.
We have a young Air Force fellow here who just didn't work out, right? He was honest. Air Force recognized these two aren't compatible. He's getting told he just doesn't fit in. Stand by.
Trainee Garcia reports as ordered.
Eddie Trainee Garcia. So, today, I received a notice from the Behavioral Analysis Service saying that you have a mental health disorder that's incompatible with military service.
Did you ever see that in boot camp? I did. A few guys who never saw this were gone. They were having a tough go at it. Now, the way I was raised, it's like just hunker down, son. But I'd rather see a guy, hear me out for a second, I'd rather see a guy just admit it, this isn't for me. And the Army, in this case, the Air Force recognizes this guy's not a good fit. And just part ways versus jamming him in, pushing him out to the big military, and then he just gets gobbled up, right?
So I'm going to send you over to the training support transition flight pending your entry-level separation.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to read your comment to you so you know what I just said to you. Received a notice from the Behavioral Analysis Service that Trainee Garcia Samuel, he has been diagnosed with a mental health condition that is incompatible with military service. As such, I'm transferring him to the 737 Training Support Squadron transition flight pending entry-level separation actions.
I know what you're thinking. Come on, it's the Air Force. This guy can hack it. He can. We're going to get to the why here. Thanks for making it this far. We're going to get to why they're asking him to leave. Or did he say, hey, I just can't do it? Could be 1,000 reasons, right? When you go through, I go through MEPS. They ask you all sorts of questions, behavioral questions. You tell them. They're taking your answer, right? And they're doing their background. And that's all they got. Everybody's got to be honest. But you know how that goes. Maybe somebody leaves something out. I'm not saying he did. But maybe it just doesn't come up. And so, but no one's at fault here. I would say the young fella, I'd rather see him get out versus try to stay in and fit a square peg in a round hole. The Air Force's credit, they just said, hey, we tried, it's not working out. We're going to get to the why, though.
I just read to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, thank you for wanting to be an airman and our Air Force. Sorry that things didn't work out, but I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. You're dismissed.
Now, can he have a redemption arc? Can he go on and do great things? Absolutely. Absolutely, he can. Great learning opportunity right in front of him. Hopefully he takes this and said, well, I wasn't equipped. Air Force wasn't equipped for me. I wasn't equipped for the Air Force. We just parted ways friends. This is the result you want to see. That's the point of training. You don't want to see him get in and really dislike it. And then all of a sudden, then they're getting out and the government's responsible. You got to take care of them. There's lots of parts here.
My advice for those, just be honest on when you sign that paper.
It's such hot or harsh.
You never know what they're okay with, and you never know what they're not okay with. Don't put yourself in my shoes. I think I might be speaking to the chapel guides or the chaplain soon, and then ultimately the first sergeant after.
Now I watched this. This is an Air Force documentary. And so they're showing you what you want to see, and they had this part in it. I was fascinated because this is the way training's supposed to work. You hope it happens at MEPS, you screen somebody out. But, you may have them go through, and there could be a potential issue, but you say, we're going to get you to training. Then you hope training catches it, right, for his benefit and for the Air Force's benefit. And we're going to see, he's talking about integrity and doing the right thing, and we're going to get to that.
I still remember the 3 core elements that make the airman, which is integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do.
Okay.
It's that first one, integrity first. It's kind of irking at me to do this.
All right, let's go, Garcia.
Can I be real?
Say what?
Can I be real with you, sir?
Yeah.
When I was around 8 or 9, I witnessed my father in Mexico dispose of a problem. To be honest, sir,
You said to dispose of a problem?
I know what you're thinking. Why didn't this come up at MEPS? I don't know that you'd ask the question. I guess they give you a psychological battery. I don't remember how it goes. I remember they ask, how's your family and your parents divorced, stuff like that. But I don't remember all the granular details, but I don't know this would come up. Maybe he have any history. I think he came from Mexico, comes here, tries to do his part, be a good citizen, and support the country. And now it comes up. So again, it's way better it happens in training versus when he goes out to the Air Force for a couple, 3 years.
3 years. I try to learn how to deal with it.
All right, so he left out something, clearly. Didn't say it to MEPS, he's saying it now. Don't be harsh on the kid in the comments. I prefer this. He's saying, hey, I made a mistake. I should have been honest. I'm not equipped for this. Now, to this NCO, drill instructor, whatever they call him in the Air Force, his benefit, he's like taking the high road, like, hey, you could do it. I'm sure he hears this often, like, people, I'm homesick, I don't want to do it, something. He's probably, you'll be fine, son. He's trying to help. He's doing it. I don't know what else the instructor could do here. Let me know.
1,000 things that happen that put you in a certain mind state, but you have your Bible. Is that your Bible?
Yes, sir.
Do you read it?
Yes, sir.
So I feel like, honestly, I feel like you wouldn't be here right now if you didn't deserve to be here. God works in mysterious ways. Yeah, you had a tough childhood. I know a lot of individuals that have had somewhat of the same type of childhood, but they ended up completely down the wrong path.
When you went to MEPS, were you completely honest? Did you tell them everything? Just bare your soul? You probably didn't, right? You just tell them what they need to know. I didn't have a lot to say, but if they're going to say, how's your childhood? You're not going to say, well, it was bad here or there. You're just going to say, it was fine, right? And I think that'd be normal. This is a big story. Now, again, you'd like to know what MEPS, but I'd rather know here than downstream.
It can be stressful. Are we loud? Yes. Do we yell a lot? Do we have to do everything fast? Yes. But their operational Air Force is different. This is basic military training, the basics of the basics, simple stuff. So is it us yelling that kind of triggers the yelling and brings us back, or what?
Kind of, sir.
All right. So, I mean, I would love to sit here and say, hey, I won't yell, but that's just my job, kind of.
Now, my first reaction, you can imagine what it is. Being raised is don't complain. But I'm trying to get older and wiser. But you go in, maybe you think you could handle the yelling, and it's a way to get out, right? How many of you use the military to get out of a situation? Maybe you didn't have a bunch of money. Back in the day, you wanted the GI Bill, or hell, you're joining the GWAT, you're going to go fight a war. A lot of people did that. You know, they're going on. Maybe they think they could handle something, whether it be some sort of high-speed training or this, and they get there, and they're like, no. I respect the guy who just says, hey, I was at Bud's. The water was too cold. I quit. Versus the guy who's like, well, it was just too hard for it. I beat up an instructor. Or I broke my leg. I'm saying, you know what? I don't like cold water. I'm just giving it up. Like, this guy's just, I just had enough. It's not going to work.
To make sure you're conforming to standards. But like I said, the operational Air Force is no, you don't yell at anybody. I mean, that people don't get yelled at. Even if you do something bad in operational Air Force, you get talking to. You don't get yelled at, though. So I feel like, okay, I'm glad you told me. I'll get you to meet with the chaplain or maybe talk to the first sergeant. But I feel like you're here for a reason. I'll see when the chaplain has the first.
The instructor's doing a great job. What else are you going to say? Again, my first reaction is, come on, you could do it, young man. Well, that's not going to work yelling at him. He just doesn't have that. That's not his personality type. What do you think he did in the future? Hopefully he did great things. There's a learning moment right there, right? You fail at something, you don't succeed, it doesn't work out for you, whatever you want to call it. And you can go, okay, I'm going to use this. I need to work on this, seek therapy, counseling, a church, something. You're going to grow from it. Hope you did grow from it, because you, again, better this than 3 years in when he just hates it and it doesn't work. Thanks for watching.